Answer this. What do you get when Capcom wants to take his greatest video game franchise and take it to the next level? Oh, you don't know? I do. You get Street Fighter Alpha, The Next Generation, the animated movie. And I'm here to review it. Let's take a look. Okay, as I was saying, Street Fighter Alpha, The Next Generation. First of all, quick history lesson. Okay, Street Fighter came out in the, I want to say 90s, but then again, I'm not really that good with dates. But I am good at video games. Anyways, came out in the 90s, and the first Street Fighter was basically a arcade style game. You would have one person, and you would fight through a bunch of people. Now, one person would be what we essentially know as Ryu, the main character. But if you plugged in the second controller, you would play what is essentially known as Ken. They're both the same people, and to this day still are essentially play the same. Just, if you're really, really detailed into it, you know the difference. But, they're essentially the same people, and for the first one, they essentially were known as, the same person. And then you have 92, where Street Fighter 2 comes out, and they just had a whole rack of characters, like Ryu, Chun-Li, Vega, all these other people. It's, showed the difference between characters and showed, different moves, different everything. And then you have Super Street Fighter 2, and it was just basically a faster version, like a remastered version of it, just saying, hey, you like this game, well, we made a good game even better. And then you have Street Fighter 3 Third Strike. And that was just, there's a story behind Street Fighter 3 Third Strike, but I'm not going to get into that until I get to the video game review of it. But that's not the point. Now, in between this franchise of this video, there would be little side, let me start over. In between the franchise of this video game, there'd be little, how do I say it? I want to say side franchises, but I don't know. Yeah, sure, why not? There'll be little side games to it, like different names, like, how you'll have Sonic the Hedgehog and then, Sonic and the Black Knight, a totally different series. Well, this was called Street Fighter Alpha. And the main story about this, if I'm getting it right, if I get it wrong, please, nerds, do not break out and kill me. But, Street Fighter Alpha was basically a story between the main character Ryu. His fighting style had a dark side to it. No Star Wars joke here. But had a dark side to it, and it was called the Dark Hado. And basically the first master of the Hado killed his master, Goken. And he was basically consumed by evil with the Dark Hado. And, his name became the name Akuma. Which is very, very, appropriate. Because Akuma means devil in Japanese, so. Hey, Mom. Way to work out there. But, anyways, it's like this. The movie starts off, credits, and you see Akuma, being powerful, like what he does. He's just stomping around, you see some credits, and you see, a video. This movie is relatively old, so it looks kind of old, different type of art. But, even though it's old, it's still beautiful. The animation is fluid, and it is way above the time that you see on regular TV now. But anyways, back to the movie. So, you get, credits of Akuma and everything, and then you have our main character, Ryu, sleeping in bed, having a bad dream about, the credits, what was happening around the credits, Akuma, he's back, he's coming, he's coming to get you. So basically, Ryu is basically the Dark Hado. When he fights, it consumes him. So he tries not to fight as often. So this whole story is centered around Ryu and trying not to fight and finding another way out. But he will do it if he has to. But anyways, it comes with a little expedition, like exposition in the beginning of this movie. It comes with like, the Dark Hado is, a powerful yet evil form of art. It was mastered by Akuma, who killed his master in cold blood, all that other stuff. And basically, it comes with that. But anyways, the movie starts off with, like, the first few scenes is Ryu's friend Ken is coming to Japan for two things: to pay respects to his dead master, who Akuma killed, and to come to the Japanese street fighting tournament. Now, Ken comes and gives Ryu some flowers to go give to the master's grave. Ryu goes to the grave and, he starts feeling, the power of the Dark Hado consuming him. Like his blood starts to boil. That sounds really painful. And, he just can't control his body. He's turning, evil. So, basically, he's, evil. Ken stops him, knocks him out and everything. And Ryu then gets visited by this sorceress named Rose. Now, Rose is basically like an oracle, a prophecy. And, like, she basically has two cards. One has the card of the devil on it. Shows the death, shows the path that Ryu's going into. But the other has a card of an angel on it, which also shows which way Ryu can go, good or evil. Now, my cell phone just went off. And basically, it's like, through the course of the story, if he continues to fight, or if he, like, continues to make good choices, the card will change, whichever one he becomes. But in Rose's mind, she sees the devil in him. So, she's preparing to kill him whenever, she needs to. It's not directly said that, but, if you play the games, you'll know. Sorry about that. So anyways, after Ryu gets knocked out and everything, they go back to the monastery where they're living in. Well, where Ryu's living in, where his old master is. And I think the housekeeper is still there, because it's this old dude sweeping and the shit, but I don't know. That's beside the point. Minor character, he's not really important. Anyways, so, Ken and Ryu are just sitting here, and this little boy comes. He looks nothing. He was not from the games. You don't know him at all. And he says he's Ryu's little brother, which is very, very unlikely, because you know nothing about Ryu. Like, his mom died, and she set him to live with a martial artist at a young age. So, you know nothing about him in any movie or any form of video game. So, him having a brother is a far-fetched thing. But anyways, he says he's his brother, and he has a picture of Ryu's mom and him. So, Ryu, being like, having the attitude of, I have nothing, so what is he going to take from me? Or, it's just a little kid, and he might actually be my brother, or still have my blood in me. I might as well, keep him with me, like, he's not harming anybody. So, they go through a little cutesy scenes of, why are you here? Because I'm his little brother. Or, why are you eating with us? Because I'm his little brother and everything. And basically, they cut to a scene where a crime scene is going on. Like, an actual crime scene. And this introduces another character from the video games named Chun-Li. She's a character from Hong Kong who is a police officer. And she's following this guy named M. Bison, and he is through some criminal organization called Shadow Law, but that is not in this movie, but it does take place in everything, even the side series. But anyway, she's doing a crime scene and everything, and Ryu comes in, right? And, this guy has a kid, and he has a gun to his head, and he's like, we're going to step, and I'm about to, paint the sidewalk with this little kid's brain. Whoa, dude. Calm down. Anyways, so, Ryu comes in, being the excellent fighter that he is, not having to use strength. Like, he uses strength, but not having to use, like, his supernatural abilities. And I do that because if you ever played a game, Hadouken, you would know. And, not having to use his supernatural abilities, he doesn't, get consumed by the Dark Hado. So everything's fine and dandy. So anyways, he comes in. Chun-Li's like, that man's such a great fighter. Somebody has to know who he is. So she looks him up. And his title is Ryu, the man who beat Sagat. And I will get through all of that when I get to the character exposition at the end. But anyways, So, she looks for him. And she thinks, this man's such a great fighter. There's a Street Fighter tournament holding in, Tokyo. What if I go there? And so, she does. But that's beside the point. Let's go back really quickly with Ryu and his little brother. So Ryu's little brother is a fighter too, and he knows the martial arts. So he wants to go to the Street Fighter tournament too. So he begs and pleads his big brother to go, but Ryu doesn't want to fight. He doesn't want to fight, Dark Hado, consume his body. Anyways, he begs and pleads, big brother, please, please. And Ryu's like, no. So, he's like, fine, I'll fight myself. So he goes into the tournament and everything, and he fights Ryu's little brother. His name is Shorin, or Shun, and he fights this big, massive wrestler named Zangief. And Zangief is from the games. You can actually look him up. Okay, let me give you a description of Zangief. He's like, if you take the Hulk and give him the Rock skin tone and chest hair, that's Zangief. It's just crazy big motherfucker if you find like a 15-year-old. So, Zangief's about to kill this little kid, like, he's about to die. So Ryu comes in to fight. And, Zangief is, a character from the game, so it's going to take a lot more than just, martial arts skill to take him down. So you get to use some of his supernatural powers. But as he is, starting to fight heavily and everything, his body is getting consumed from the Dark Hado again. So Ryu can't control his mind or anything, and the funny thing is about the Dark Hado, as Ryu's mind was getting taken over from it, Ryu's little brother Shun's mind started getting taken over too, which kind of makes you think if Ryu's mind and his brother's mind is getting taken over by the Dark Hado at the same time, there has to be a bloodline between it. So they might be brothers. Just like a really close chance that they are really brothers. But anyways, before I do this, I'm gonna make sure there's no crazy, how did that happen? And I'm talking about real life, not the movie. Now, YouTube has a 15-minute time limit, and I'm about to reach that time limit on my phone. Now, the way I had to upload to YouTube and then download it back and change it into a WMV, Windows Media Video, so I can edit it and put it up on Facebook. So right now, I'm about to cut off the video and keep on going where I'm going. I'm from Zangief and Dark Hado. Okay, I'll be right back in a quick second.